15U basketball team versus the the Spurs. Group of 15-year-olds versus the Spurs. Let's go. See my boy Javier Melton. Let's go.
You are free. There's no blueprint to this. So don't play their game. Free your game.
Trevor Adams. Derek. Amir. Jonathan. Javier Melton. Yeah, Big Doc.
Happy New Year's Eve.
Let's go.
Thank you for joining us here on 2K Sports for the NBA. We're all dressed up and ready to go. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Mark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline. Hey, Dave. Well, guys, great vision, David. Thank you. A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Tuesday, they'll head out on the road to face the Kings in Sacramento. Then on Thursday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Detroit Pistons. And the starting group with the Spurs, we've got Lyles, also LaMarcus Aldridge on.
Oh no, I forgot about tip-off.
And it's Forbes in at the 2. And for Los Angeles, they've got Walton.
Nope.
Adams is out there with the Prodigy. And it's Motley in at the center position.
Cookies.
Puts it away. And
yeah, Javier.
Here's Los Angeles. And White with and it's out of bounds.
Okay.
Last touch by White.
Come on.
Here's Melton. White covering. 8 feet away. Lock at 6. Walton against DeRozan. Here's Mike.
Oh, he can't shoot.
Now closing out the calendar year, watching the NBA. Clark, it is a nice way to put a bow on it, isn't it?
Oh, it sure is. I mean, the league just continues to grow in popularity.
Come on, Amir.
There's a lot of good momentum across the league, not only domestically, but globally. And the leadership is outstanding. And Adam Silver.
Let's go, gut still, boy.
Star power across the board with young, talented players.
Go.
The NBA's got an awful lot going
Big John.
for it, and it's quite nice to be part of that fraternity and to sit back as a fan now and enjoy these current day stars play the game the way they're playing.
And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. DeRozan's shot is good.
Check out the body control from DeRozan there, guys. I mean, clearly there's contact, but it's almost impossible to affect his shot.
Here's Melton.
Come on, Javier. Oh, I can't score. Oh! Big Jelly. Oh.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Now,
All right,
he's
come on.
playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He kicked off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim.
Yeah, just couldn't contain himself. Couldn't control himself there.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That's his first foul.
Come on, Trevor.
Adams outside.
Kobe.
Well, they love to see that kind of defense from Forbes, working hard at all aspects of his game.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this
Let's go.
game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Here are the Spurs with the ball.
Oh my God.
Here's White. At the elbow, it's Aldridge. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's Melton.
And one.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And the Spurs acquiring all-star DeMar DeRozan and Jakob Poeltl in exchange for Kawhi Leonard with 1 full season in the bag. How do you view that trade?
Well, I tell you what, I think it's going to work well both ways. Obviously, for Toronto, it was fantastic, but I like Poeltl. This guy has tremendous attributes and ability as a big guy. The Spurs, with no interest in a long rebuild, they'd rather retool on the fly, and I think they put themselves in position to be pretty good going forward.
DeRozan against Walton. Pass to Motley. Here's Melton.
Can't be doing that.
And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
And checking out some stats for DeMar DeRozan. He's coming off an excellent season. He was around 21 points per game, 6 assists and 6 rebounds. It's hard to wrap your head around numbers like these, but that is just what he delivers night in and night out.
You know, it's so easy for us to take him for granted, to get spoiled with what he does. I think we've got to be more appreciative of the kind of impact this man has in every game he plays.
Aldridge.
Yeah, Johnny.
For Los Angeles.
Yeah.
On 2 of 6 from
Yeah,
the
Trevor.
field.
Yeah, Trevor. Oh, get crazy. Get crazy.
Here's Adams.
Get crazy.
No good on that one. And the Spurs going the other way now. To the middle. A double clutch. Count them.
No.
And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
It looked like that was going to be blocked, but then he pulled the Houdini act and flipped it in for the score.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for San Antonio?
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
And the other thing, though, is their execution in terms of their ball movement has been flawless. Sets up a lot of easy scoring opportunities.
And that one falls for White. A 29th pick in 2017 by the Spurs. Their injuries last year created an opportunity for Derek White to show Greg what he can do with steady minutes.
And White at 6'4", capable of manning either guard spot. A shooter, a playmaker, and an all-defensive team in college. He is definitely a keeper.
Now here's DeRozan. Coming off a stellar performance against Detroit.
Let's go. Yeah, Javier. Be crazy.
2 fouls coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Now, Greg, the Clippers signing of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, the grand finale of the wildest summer in NBA free agent history.
A ton of big moves. You think of the star players who've changed teams, 1/3 of the league's all-NBA selections, and 5 out of 10 of the reigning all-star starters. In the end, we saw 7 players who changed teams buying for over $100 million each. Put that in perspective, only 8 players had ever done that in league history.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Rudy Gay's checked in for Trey Lyles, and Murray subbed in for White, and he makes both free throws. The mid-range jump shot, you've talked about this a lot, is still valuable if you can hit it with consistency.
Yeah, and if it's a quality shot, Kevin, I think you should shoot it. Move the defense, move the ball to get a quality shot, and I think one of the very best at knocking down the mid-range jump shot, Kevin Durant clearly. Well, how about Chris Middleton? Elite mid-range jump shooter, and DeMar DeRozan as well has a strong mid-range game too.
Here's Melton. 1:46 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Walton.
Yeah!
Ooh, that's an old-fashioned rim rattler.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
Platinum level highlight reel material. That is Showtime stuff there.
San Antonio with the ball. The Clippers getting the bucket. Murray with the bounce pass. Here's DeRozan. And he can't bank that one in. Gay with the block.
Oh.
Gay using his reach and bounce to perfection to block the shot.
Rebound by Murray. And Murray's got the ball here for the San Antonio Spurs. Nice open look, but it's no good.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Here's Melton. DeRozan defending. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on DeRozan. The Clippers have looked good at the line. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws. So those are numbers you'll be happy with.
And it's tied up with that one. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity, he's cashing in on those.
Now here's Murray. He's covered closely.
What?
He gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
DeJounte Murray played just 1 season at the University of Washington. He grew up in Seattle and went to Rainier Beach High School. It's actually the same high school that produced Jamal Crawford. And as a matter of fact, a lot of good players have come out of the Emerald City.
And that one misses.
You know, you look at the potential Murray has, and it's exciting, quite honestly. He's a lead guard. He plays the point, but he's more of a scorer than a distributor at this point. And the second free throw, good. There's 31 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Melton. He's got 6. There's 18 seconds left to play in the first. Second shot opportunity. Marcus Aldridge grabs the miss. And here is Bellinelli over Walton. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. It's all tied here in Los Angeles. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And in 2018, DeMar DeRozan opened up about his battles with depression, hoping to have a positive impact on others.
For people ashamed to talk about it. Even myself, for a long period of time, people wonder why I was such a quiet guy. And that was part of it, not wanting to speak out about it, not wanting other people to know exactly what I was going through. But you get to a certain age when you feel like it's all about helping others. It's not about you just being a selfish person about the things you're going through. Other people going through stuff as well.
Yet you love the honesty and the bravery to step forward and tell his emotional story.
Yeah, he opened a dialogue. Kevin Love following his lead to talk about anxiety. Athletes as public figures can have a broader impact than just entertaining, and we see it over and over again.
And we're getting back to the action in our New Year's Eve broadcast. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
Attacking, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the line.
Boy, I like the aggressive nature they're playing with here. Not playing soft at all. They're going right at them.
The Clippers trail. In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for San Antonio. Gay and Aldridge are up front. Murray out there with Bellinelli. And it's Carroll in at the 3 spot. And it's sent back by Aldridge. Just 2 to shoot. Lets the 3 fly. Adams' shot is off.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
And, you know, he's a guy who knows how to defend the three-point shot. He's not going to just give it to you. He's going to make you earn it.
Now here's Murray. He's coming off a 13-point game against Detroit.
It was never all about himself. He came away with a lot of assists in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix.
Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Here's Melton. He's covered by Gay. Melton, no good. And here's Gay. He'll bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Carroll passes to Murray. Spurs passing it around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Gay. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. You and I are sitting here watching this game, broadcasting the game. There are a lot of times that the fans can't see how emotionally charged up you are over some of the things you see on the floor, good and bad.
Hey, I love great basketball. Excellent passing, tremendous hustle, creativity on your moves. One of the things that really excites me, though, is to see the ball pop and end up in a three-point shooter's hands, and he's able to knock one down because the crowd is able to follow that ball, and the anticipation just kind of rises as it gets to the designated shooter. I love guys going after rebounds on the offense.
That's a great tip about the three-point shot, though, Clark. I love that. It's terrific.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
Murray, no good. For Los Angeles, they've gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Gay with the block. Carroll against Walton. Pass to Bellinelli. He dishes it to Aldridge. Murray outside. And the layup is good.
Wow. Okay, bet.
So far.
Well, you look at Murray's development of his inside game.
Bruh.
A nice finish that time. The better he is there, I think the better he'll be overall.
Nah, bruh. Nah.
Stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No.
Oh my God!
Go.
You know, that's exactly what the fans love to see, guys. I mean, they're paying good money, big money. They want wins, but they also want to be entertained.
Outside Aldridge. From 18 feet away, and the Spurs scoring again.
Aldridge keeps his head up and his options open. He's a team-oriented guy with a good basketball IQ, excellent pass.
Here's Melton. He's covered by Murray. Here's Melton. He has 6. Stolen by Gay.
That was so gay.
Murray surveying the D. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Clark coming out of Washington as a one-and-done. DeJounte Murray was considered a raw prospect.
Yeah, very raw. The 29th pick in the 2016 draft, guys, taken by the Spurs. Excellent physical tools and outstanding athleticism. Was surprising that he left when he did. I recall that when I heard. But at 6'5", a 7-foot wingspan, he's got a chance to be special.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Jakob Poeltl's check in for Aldridge. DeRozan comes in for Damari Carroll, and it's Bryn Forbes in for Bellinelli. He hits the second from the line.
And you know, the Spurs are never afraid to play to the tune of their own drummer. I mean, just as the rest of the league embraces threes and layups, the Spurs going against that grain, leading the league in mid-range shots and post-ups.
For three. Melton, no good.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
We were talking about the mid-range and the post-ups. Those are the strengths of DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge.
Well, Coach Popovich has been so successful for decades because he always adapts to the strengths of his players. Outstanding coaches do that in every sport. That shot diet might not work for most other teams, but if it fits the Spurs, they'll go old school and make it work for them.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, my cousin LaMarcus Aldridge is not the flashiest player, but he is respected. His former teammate in Portland, C.J. McCollum, said he hasn't changed his game to try and fit the new NBA. He shoots mid-range, scores under the basket, strong as heck. He knows who he is. And Kevin, LaMarcus isn't really my cousin, but his game never goes out of style.
You're right, D.A., and he is still getting it done. Thank you. The Spurs making a switch here. Mills is checked in. There's the pass to Forbes. Gay outside. Wants to get it to DeRozan, and does. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Rudy Gay. For Los Angeles, they have been at their finest form at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes. Ansel Adams nails both of them.
And really about as good a free throw shooting team as you're going to see. We're getting plenty of proof of that tonight.
Adams brings the double team. On the wing, DeRozan. Walton defending. It's rebounded by Motley. Motley's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Adams.
Come here.
Rebounded by the Spurs.
God.
They've led by as much as 10. Last time they met was in San Antonio.
And they'll want to show that they're a much better team than they demonstrated last time out against these guys. At the very least, avoid another blowout.
And it really was the turnovers that fueled the blowout. I mean, a lot of questionable, poor decisions by them with the ball. And when that happens, you can get blasted.
Both free throws good from DeRozan.
It's understandable that DeRozan was hurt when the Raptors traded him. He used it, though, in a positive way to motivate himself to playing at a high level in San Antonio.
And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead.